little eye candy. Good morning. Welcome to the Overtaxed Taxpayer channel. I am overtaxed, as we all are. I got a couple of questions on how to invest large amounts of money in the context of how should they invest it, and should they invest it all into precious metals? Before I cover that, I gotta get some coffee down my throat. Take felt like I was coming on with something last night, little sniffles here and there. So I took a Benadryl, slept like a freaking rock, like a baby. But one of the side effects of sleeping like a little baby like that, when you sedate yourself, is you wake up a little groggy. So I need a little coffee this morning. So again, welcome. I'm heading to work. Put in my 10 hours. Get taxed 30-40%, so we can pay for that infrastructure bill. Got me a little fresh pineapple, refrigerated chunks. Love it. I always loved, fresh cold melons, watermelon, cantaloupes, honeydews, pineapple. Never was a citrus kind of guy, Never really was an apple kind of guy. But love this stuff. Love it. When they get in the stores, I buy it. Anyway, that's not what you tuned in for, is it? So, it's funny. A lot of times I'll get investment questions. They'll come in waves, and then I won't hear any. And I have to forewarn everybody. I'm not an investment specialist. I can only answer what I do in my own financial circumstances if I had those large sums of money. Now, one question was in last night's video, and it really wasn't if he should invest all his money into silver. What was more like, I have $10,000 in my bank account. Am I allowed to withdraw it all without the IRS being notified to buy silver? And I answered just like this. Chances are, if the money is in your savings account, your bank account, it has already been taxed. There is no financial liability to remove that money from your savings or checking account. In addition, there is no law against buying precious metals. So, in my opinion, you have nothing to worry about. Responded with, well, what if the IRS is notified and then they come, they're notified that I withdrew this money and they want to know where I spent this money. First of all, I don't believe you have to explain where you spent large sums of money that you pulled out of your savings that has already been taxed. Caveat, I'm sure you have to do some reporting on homes and real estate and whatnot. But from that, I don't believe you need to report anything that you buy. You go and buy a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $70,000 vehicle, you don't need to notify the IRS. Now, obviously, another caveat is the vehicle being used for freaking work. Then you'll need to report that on your taxes so it can be written off, or a portion of it can be written off. But as far as buying physical precious metals, the answer is no. And then my final response to him was, if you feel that uncomfortable, I personally felt that there's no reason to feel uncomfortable about buying precious metals. You got $10,000, pull it out in thirds, pull it out in halves, and do it that way. And then go hide your precious metals. Other than that, that was the first type of financial question. And it really wasn't financial, it was more of a how-to. But the second one, I opened up my email this morning, This guy had $50,000 he wanted to invest. Now, I was getting ready for work, so I just really glazed at it. I didn't really read the email in full detail, but I think it said that the $50,000 was in some kind of money market. In my own opinion, it doesn't matter what your investment is, but his question was should he pull it out of this investment and invest it all into precious metals? I love precious metals, and 99% of the silver channel will say, yeah, you get all your money out of everything and you put it into precious metals. No, I am sorry. And I'm sorry if I'm going to offend the silver and precious metals community. You do not take 100% of your investments or 100% of your savings and put it into silver. Now, I need to get something out of the way. I hate savings accounts in a bank. Get your money out of the savings accounts. And if your only option is precious metals, get your money out of the savings accounts, the banks, and get it into precious metals if that's your only option. But if you got a 401k, if you got IRAs, if you got some stocks, you got cryptos, you got gold, I urge you all to diversify. The only caveat is, I keep mentioning that word, is savings account. I have a problem with savings accounts that don't even pay you 1% for your money to be stored there. I have a problem with money being left in a checking account, because some people will use checking accounts as a savings account. I have a problem with those. I agree, get all of your money out of that. But as far as other investments, real estate and whatnot, you would be a fool not to diversify and put all your money into precious metals. I am sorry to the precious metals community for saying that. I would put a large sum of money into precious metals, but I would keep my money diversified. You know, we hear a lot of YouTube channels implementing fear that the dollar is going to explode and go away. I can guarantee you it's not going to explode. It's not going to go away like someone flipped on a light switch. You're going to have plenty of forewarning to move your money around. You're not going to go to sleep one day and like a light switch wake up and the monetary system is switched. You have to deal, regardless of how much you like fiat currency, you dislike fiat currency, you dislike cash, you still have to live within its parameters, because all contracts are signed in that system. So you have to build your investments around supporting your ability to survive in the fiat system. Your mortgage, you read it over. You will pay X amount of dollars per month, blah, 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 with the total amount of payments equal $350,000, blah, blah, blah. It's all in dollars. So to that gentleman who emailed me, please do not take all, if that is your total savings. I can see, you said $50,000. I can see if you had $300,000 and you wanted to take a chunk, $50,000, invest that all into precious metals. That's cool. But if $50,000 is all you got, please leave some in your money market. Please put a little bit into precious metals. Maybe a little crypto. Hopefully you got a 401k plan. Anyway, you get my point. Take care.